And welcome back to Let's Play Animal Crossing at long last. It has been a very, very long time, like 3 weeks. So before we get started, there's something really dumb that this game does, in that Christmas is divided into 2 different days. It's a little bit weird, but today's December 23rd. Jingle, whoever this mysterious Jingle is, won't be here until tomorrow. So that means 2 videos in a row for Christmas. I don't know why they did it this way. Also, all these clothes are for tomorrow, by the way. If you're wondering, that it feels a little bit excessive. Yeah, you actually need a lot of clothes. It's actually good if you are playing along that this video came out when it did, because it is good to keep in mind that you actually do need a lot of clothes today. So because we haven't actually played in a very long time, we are actually going to touch base with everyone in our town, if possible. Also, Toymer. Today Sprout is Toy Day, yepper, Toy Day. The day when I give out toys to all the good girls and boys. Why, you ask? Because in my day, I never had many toys, so I'm trying to make the world a happier place. You get toys, not me. Too old for toys nowadays, but you're not, so I'm going to give you one. Consider it my way of congratulating you on your youth and vigor, Sprout. Just don't blame me if I forget to give you toys on your birthday, alrighty? So he gave us a miniature car. This is comparable to Gracie's car, if I'm not mistaken, but there's also something else interesting about this car. If you're playing a girl character, Toymer will actually give you a doll instead of a car, because Animal Crossing is sexist. Actually more stereotypical than sexist, I'd say. Tad, who was one of the first, is actually still here, and luckily, to my knowledge, all the people who basically moved in at the beginning of the LP actually are still in town, which is a little bit weird, actually. I expected more people to move out by now. But yeah, again, it is considered a big issue with holidays and just the consumer market in general, that toys tend to be very aimed at one gender or another, and that toys generally aren't very gender neutral. Who makes this much noise so early in the morning? So I don't think Wolfgang was actually here last time we played, so yeah, he is a cranky villager. He replaced whoever was in this spot. Okay, so this is terrible, but I actually don't remember who was living here at all. Twerp. I actually did remember. Hooray for me, I remembered the name of someone who lived in my town. This LP, I'm not like super invested in this town, so that's part of it. Tangy, I think, was here last time. I think. This is just a generic fishing quest. Let's see. So yeah, Jingle, we can't actually talk to you until tomorrow, so yeah, that's kind of a downer if you ask me. That is actually corrected in later Animal Crossing days, where Toy Day is the 24th. So there's not this weird divide with Jingle showing up on the 24th, but Toy Day actually being the 23rd. So Pale Chub, I think, is one of the winter exclusive fish, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken. Anyway, that was an easy request. I still haven't changed that town tune because I haven't come up with anything better. It's a very important bit of data, so I definitely should at least give you a reward. A Keiko figurine, whatever the heck that is. Another observation I should point out is, if I'm not mistaken, which I often am, I can't remember off the top of my head whether Toy Day is in the Japanese version, because Japan really isn't into Christmas. Typically the big shopping holiday in Japan is actually Golden Week. If you play Persona, you'll know that Golden Week is a string of several holidays that all land in like the first week or so of May, if I'm not mistaken. So that ends up being like the big vacation week of Japan, like Japanese school system and work. So a lot of times, peak video game sales, like, okay, NX. You hear about the NX coming out in March and like think, why? Why March? Well, because Japan often favors spring gift giving over winter gift giving, essentially. So hopefully that means we won't have to wait 6 months for the NX. Though, to be fair, by the time this video comes out, I hope the NX is actually announced, because this is being recorded in September when it's actually being released in December. Reason being is I'm trying to advance record before school. I think I've gone over this many times already. Dottie is not in, sadly. What else? Yeah, so I don't know if they do anything in any of the games for Golden Week. I can't remember. I think they celebrate parts of Golden Week in the Japanese version of New Leaf, but they don't celebrate like all 5 days. Also, I was wrong about what I was saying about like a menorah. That's Wild World onwards. This game only has Christmas trees. Okay, now that's settled. What else can I say? So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Jingle being Santa was added in the English version. I think Japan is actually aware of who Santa is. They just don't really care about Christmas that much. It's just not that significant of a date for them. Who actually lives here? Because I think they're new. Astrid is a kangaroo, actually. Joey is still in town, which surprises me because I haven't really spoken to him much. Well, that sounds really terrible. I don't want to try it because I don't want to lose the miniature car. Because I want to show it in the video. If I lose it, then that's a problem. So Cody's house is still there. Go talk to Cody, I suppose. It's just nice actually talking to all the villagers, and thus, we probably won't do this tomorrow, like the big meet and greet, because we've already talked to everybody or acknowledged everybody in this video. So tomorrow will be a little bit more focused, as will the next week's video, which will be New Year's. And I'm pretty sure New Year's is celebrated in all versions because New Year's is actually a really big deal in Japan. Yeah, it's actually a very big deal. So, coincidentally, they have similar dates, so that holiday stayed. Cube is still here, which makes me happy. In hindsight, one thing at PAX that I forgot to do was see if any like vendors had amiibo cards, because I'm kind of looking for an amiibo card of Cube, so if you have one, you know where to find me. Ava was kind of in the middle of the road, I think. She didn't join at the beginning, but I think she joined pretty early on, so it's actually kind of impressive. From what I can tell, moving in this game is definitely impacted by some sort of affinity system. So people that you've actually hung out with more tend to stay more. And thus, most of the people that came originally in the town, except a couple that I can't even remember, except for a couple, just, yeah, didn't stay because I mostly interacted with the characters that I knew from the original group that moved in. And it's mostly just the fill-in, the backfill people who actually have been moving out, so I'm okay with that, I suppose, because again, if the people, the villagers I talk to most stay, then that's good. That means that no one I like will move out anytime soon. Axel, I think, was a fill-in character, I'm not sure. Because the town starts out with like 5 people, but then goes up to around 15. So yeah, it was more the people towards the latter half of that 15 that have actually moved out. And their replacements have also moved out, so again, just a little observation. So the people we haven't talked to are Astrid, because I can't find her, Cody, Octavian. Have we talked to Octavian yet? Because he's weird. I remember seeing like a trivia question about this one time about like what is the most and least common species in Animal Crossing, and I think the answer for most was actually cat, and least was actually octopus. So I feel like I've gone over this before. Like I feel like this is deja vu. But in case it isn't, yeah, Octavian is actually an octopus, which is a little bit weird because in later Animal Crossings especially, you can actually catch octopi in rivers. Which is weird because it's like, how is there one sentient octopus but everyone else isn't? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's like way more philosophizing than really needs to be done about an Animal Crossing game. And also tomorrow's video, it'll be a normal time, like 10 AM. But it'll actually be set a lot later because Christmas Eve, it makes sense to have— oh hey, there's Astrid. Usually morning strolls feel terribly good. I think she replaced someone else, though I don't remember who. 2016 had good moments, but it also had bad moments, so that's why I said lame. Like 3 or 4 really good days I had this year. I don't know if that really makes up for a lot of the not so good days of the year. Again, not to get too deep into that. I don't know, 2016, more honestly, I just want to see what she said. I will say 2016 hasn't been a great year, but I more realistically would probably consider it so-so. Where were we going? Oh yeah, Daisy's house, which is here. It's funny that I still don't really know my way around this town, despite making this Let's Play for a many long recording session. Yeah, I like 2016 it had a lot of bad spots, but again, I think the good evens it out a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I have to actually think about it. It's kind of a hard question. Besides, the year's not over yet. It could get worse for me, because this is being recorded much earlier than it's actually going on. Oh hey, it's Elsa. Not really. Dottie, I'm actually surprised still lives here, because we don't really talk to her ever. I don't know what I'm buying, but okay. I don't remember ever seeing this dialogue before. What did she say? It's a scale. Okay. So I'll probably go after some money rocks off screen for obvious reasons. So the only people we really have— oh, never mind. We don't need money rocks after all. Fun fact, with this you can actually just plop it straight in. For other items you actually have to drop or do something with them. Anyway, yeah, Cody, I think, yeah. Did we talk to Axel? Yeah, we did talk to Axel. So Cody is actually the only one we couldn't find. So I think that's pretty good, actually. For my track record, at least. I'll return the comic book off screen. This is the car model, which is, again, Gracie's car. Luckily, in its more spiffy version, not its really grungy version. And also, just because I'm curious what the heck this is. Oh, it's one of these things. I don't know what that even is. And lastly, the scale, which is not worth 10,000 bells. But I think that's it for now. So next time, we hunt down Jingle on Christmas Eve. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Animal Crossing for the GameCube.